Welcome back to this exceedingly exciting campaign of DCI Last Alliance as the Kingdom of Lindon. And other things that are hot are currently the weather here in Little England. And it's very, very odd because it hasn't even rained in like 2 days. But here we are with Gil-Galad, and he is moving south to take this rebel province over here. And he's got quite a depleted force here, but I think what we're going to do is just pick up these Lindar archers on the way, which are, from my knowledge, 5 missile attack with long-range missiles. That seems to be very good. And 6 is even better, and we have the Sindar archers for that. Again, I'm not completely knowledgeable about this mod, but that seems to be a very good missile attack for archers. But Gildor and Glorfindel, they're kind of surplus to requirements, really. We don't need them both going down there. And there is another rebel region here, Emun Uyal, the hills of Uyal. And I'm not sure where the actual town is. I know that it is a very large region roughly there, so I think it's somewhere around here. Oh wow. Do you know what I just realised? The reason I built those watchtowers there was because I'm so used to this being the border of the region for Loonland in like Dak. We own all of this. That's insane. Well, Glorfindel, how about you go and build me a tower over there? That would be actually really useful. But we don't really have any forces over here, so we're going to have to remedy that. So we're immediately going to take Lindon Longspearmen, which are a pike unit, I think, which makes that 5 attack a lot better. And then our trash, seemingly, the Lindar infantry. They're going to pop up over there, and we'll take the Lindar archers and some Eldar mariners, javelin men, and very decent heavy infantry. They do cost quite a lot compared to Lindar infantry, but we could do with a bit of oomph. And then I think I don't know what to do with Gildor. I think what I'm going to I think what I'm going to do with Gildor is I'm going to send him out here to Imladris, and he's going to be like a backup for Elrond, because I don't want to go into a war too soon and then have us lose Imladris, because it's a really key settlement. It's a fortress, and because of that we aren't hampered by the barracks event here. So what I think I'm going to do... Oh, let's not do that just yet. I think there's some other things I wanted to get. So yes, I want to get a spy. We can get we could get one in Harland, or we could get one in Elostirian. We can't get one here just yet. So we'll get the spy, and I'm going to move him south to Enidwaith. We'll have a look at what they've got and see how a war against them how we would fare in a war against them, basically. So we'll take this town here, and then we'll have a look. We'll have had a look by then to see how their forces are doing down here, because they are, of course, at war with our bros over here, but they hold territory here, so we could technically mop this up. Now, we do have a ship here. I'm just going to move this guy down the coast and have a look here. They do have some settlements here along the coast. By the way, how amazing! That looks so cool, that campaign strategy model. And look at the detail on just the captain as well. It's really, really good work. And I think this is probably what the settlement will look like on the battle map, and it looks quite similar to the wildmen village that they have in Dak. And I know a lot of these mods, they share their stuff, so it's quite likely that it is the same. Now, our diplomats, I am on the way to have a chat with Khazad-dûm, but first I'd like to have a look in this region to see if we can just scout out where the actual town is. That would make us once again board the hillmen of the north, but I'm not so concerned since we also can, border them over here, so I don't think it will really matter. But then also with our money, I'm just going to get some Lindar archers over here. We do have another unit of free upkeep that we can get, and we can potentially pull them out. The good thing about these Lindar infantry is that we can train them in one turn, which makes them really handy for garrison troops and things like that. So you can get them out in a hurry. Now, in the next turn, I'm going to get this garrison's quarters in Imladris. The reason being, then, I think the smith building, the smith line, is actually locked off by different tiers of the barracks, and so we'd like to get that as well, so we can get our best units from there. But for now, let's end the turn. A candidate for adoption. Let's have a look how good this guy is. Again, I have no idea if there's there's certain traits that you want, and I'm not so familiar with how all these actually relate to gameplay, but this guy seems fairly good apart from loyalty. I don't know if you can have generals that turn rebel as they do in Medieval 2 in the base game, which would obviously be really bad. But he is smart, and I do like smart and brave people, and also strong will. So I think I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to take a chance on him. Take a chance. I'm going to cut that out. But what shall we do with him? I think perhaps Finrod, who has absolutely no respect. I don't know. Maybe this guy is actually going to be best suited to coming. Perhaps he'll come and be garrisoning this rebel village or something, because we may have some issues with public order here. Looking at the culture, at only 34%, like even in Woody End, we have 65%. Host of the West is the culture that is present in all of the Tolakan regions. So ourselves, the Numenorean Kingdoms, I think Lothlorien and the Woodland Realm, or Erun Garlan, I think they also have this culture. But that doesn't seem to... Well, it's about 10%. So it's not that bad. But it would be 20% then here, perhaps. Anyway, agent recruited, Elostirian. Let's get this agent. We definitely didn't have any other agents. No, it's just a diplomat. Okay, so you're going to come down here. I suppose we could really go and have a look at that region there. But they've only got 4 units. And they've likely got similar to what Barasdum had. So I'm not really overly concerned. Is that still on our region there?
Yes.
How about go there and then build a watchtower? Dor Hirim? Or is it Dor Hirim? I can't tell if that's a circumflex or not. It does look like it is. So Dor Hirim. It doesn't actually make a whole lot of difference. But that's kind of like where Bag End is. I wonder what... Well, Dor is land. Hirim, I don't know. But of course there were no halflings around here. Or hobbits. Or Perianath. Until a very long time after this. Like, we're talking... 1,500 years or so. And this was like the hunting grounds of the Numenoreans, really. And Belegroth is great. I can't remember what Roth means. But anyway, so maybe next turn, we did have this mission here to, to increase our forces here by at least 4 units. Well, we've got 4 units here. I don't know if we actually have to be in Woody End. It probably does mean that, but so we're going to fail that, sadly. But Forlond got crop rotation. But actually, well, we can put a vineyard in there. Easy money for a cheap building. There's nothing else really that we need there. But let's just make sure that we do put in this garrison's quarters. So with this, then obviously it provides a bonus due to law. Then we can get Sindar swordsmen. Which are very, very good. If you compare that to the Lindar infantry, 615 versus 1022. Obviously, the price goes up by 50%, which does mean that it is wise to build up your economy before you start, going out and waging wars on everyone. Elosterian then got the communal farming. There's nothing else we really need here. I'm just going to wait for it to... The Sculptor, I just want it to grow, really. And the Sculptor's Workshop. I'm not entirely sure what that does. However, if you weren't aware, you can press Ctrl E and you get this Explorers Guild special mission. And special missions are only available to Lindon, Lothlorien, Numenoreans, and Harad, only by Master or Headquarters Explorers Guild. So that is what you'd get from the Sculptor's Workshop, I think. Oh no, I speak not the truth. You need the Explorers Guild, which is obviously but Control E. Wait, what? So what is a History Guild for? Is that the same one? No, I'm looking at the Sculptor's one. Oh, I don't understand. Okay, so Sculptor's Workshop. That is under construction art, and it isn't a guild at all. But it will attract the History Guild and provide traits of culture and beauty nature to generals. Okay, so it's only really worth getting that if you've got someone in the garrison, so I'm not going to get that just yet, but it's really interesting looking at all those other guilds as well. Barasdum got a vineyard, so we could get another spy there technically, but we'll get the communal farming for the population growth once again, and at some point I'm going to move Cirdan out of their land clearance up in Lunalife. Because I don't want him to be there. As the Lord of Mithlond, he deserves to be in Mithlond. And Glorfindel, I'm just going to get him to, because he's a cavalry general, he can travel further. There's some devastation over here. There's perhaps some rebels there. Yes, so we're going to have him put a tower just somewhere around there, and let's have the diplomat going this way. Because it'll probably be somewhere around here, not anywhere here. Faction announcements. We got another family member, and Gildor Inglorian became... Oh, that's quite a good trait. More public order. I like that. And that guy is still moving on. I think that's everything for this turn. The garish hillmen of the north, that's kind of sarcasm, have come and offered trade rights and map information. Now, they are at war with the Kingdom of Khazad-dûm, and I don't know... I would like to obviously ally with them. So if I allied with the dwarves, I don't know if the trade rights would stand. And how does that look? Well, it's balanced. You know what? Yeah, let's take that. I'd like the map information.
This seems quite good day to you.
But this candidate for adoption, he does actually seem a lot better than the one I just took. But equally, I don't know if we need another general just yet. I think we've got a lot of them. Now let's just move this spy around. Here we are then. Look how... This looks so cool. I really like this campaign model. I really do. The contrast is really nice. And Minhiriath being... this. But if we scroll down in the green book, I have noticed that capability to gather local troops when under siege in Erin Vaughan, only AI. Now, I don't know if that means... Oh, look at that. That looks like a really cool unit. I don't know if this means that they get a garrison, similar to like when you attack it and then they spawn in, or if they can actually, train and recruit units while they're under siege, which is a really... interesting thing, because then obviously it promotes the player or promotes the use of siege engines, so things like ballistas, to go directly in there rather than besiege an enemy out for several turns, because they will eventually get larger than you. So that is a really interesting thing as well. And Skjoldmire sounds a lot like a Norse language. And long-range missiles can use very good stamina. Obviously, we can't see the stats, but they seem like a really intriguing unit. And perhaps if I move a bit closer. But they don't have too many units in there, which is obviously a good thing for us. Because we could potentially take that. But depending how that garrison script works, that could be a real tripping up point. Harlan got a fairground. Do roads go south? Yes, they do. Okay, so roads here would be quite useful, but equally crop rotation. Ooh, they don't... there's a bit of corruption, not too bad, but I'm going to get that crop rotation, yeah. Because the faster they grow, the more money that we make, and it's got a lot to grow. Oh my days, that's going to take so long. You need like a governor to make that but reinforced region, we did fail that.
Yes, my lord.
Very sad. Very sad. But we're going to do a bit of a switcheroo here. We're going to put 88 of them in there. And Gil-Galad, you're going to move south, and then we're going to take you and you out. Reinforce you like so. I suppose these 39 aren't all that useful, but they are a lot better than the Lindor infantry, and perhaps the javelins will come in useful.
Yes, my lord.
And in addition, I don't know quite whether or not to move Roher Diron. Should we move him to Barasdum, and then we could have Cirdan?
With honor.
Your orders,
I think I am going to do that. I'm just going to move Cirdan back to his home. He's going to go home, and these guys are going to move to Lunelaith. And let's replace that. Oh, we can get those immediately. That's very good. And we've used all of our money. And let's pop a watchtower right there. That seems like a good... Oh, and there is Uyal. Now, I don't know if I want to particularly move Glorfindel any further over there, because with the devastation, it does look like there are some generals, and perhaps what we can do is go in and take them out once we've taken the city, or the town of Uyal over there. And in terms of devastation, there seems to be none. I don't know if we take negatives from devastation in this game,
yes,
but let's just have a look at their garrison, if we can. Oh, it's an Arnor homeland, but, you know, they don't seem like they're going for it, to be honest. And all that does, again, which is a really cool mechanic, I really like it. It gives you a public order bonus due to law, I think, in pretty much everywhere that is your homeland. So you can hold your homelands a lot easier, there's less corruption, and then as you expand your realm, perhaps if you move your capital around, you know, you like your own people will like you. Once you get out of that homeland, though, I'd imagine there will be corruption galore. But in here we have the peasant spearmen that we saw once again. Not really anything to write home about peasant axemen, huntsmen, but they do have some hunters. 4 missile attack is very good. It isn't quite as good as our Lindar archers, or whatever they're called, at 5, but, you know, they're similar in melee and total defense, so we can't really be getting shot by these. They will do a lot of damage. So it is very good that we're building a bit of a force here, but I can't help feel that the Lindar longspearmen won't be all that good. But even though they've got a spear, they do still have parry and shield, which is a point to note that in DAC this isn't a thing. Like, if you don't have a shield, you do not have any missile block other than from your armor. So that is very handy. And I am keeping Gildor and Glorian here around for a bit, perhaps until we take Uyal, or yeah. But over here then in Ladris, I think another good point would be to actually use Elrond to go and build a watchtower over here. We don't lose a whole lot of money, so I'm just going to have him, by taking him out of the settlement, so I'm just going to move him into ambush stance there, and perhaps next time we can pop one right there, because I feel like with the way this road goes, there's obviously a settlement of the Orcs of the Misty Mountains there, and obviously they border us here in Ereinion, which we do need to take. Well, we don't need to, but I'm pretty sure that is one, again, of our... it's probably an eastern homeland for us, so well worth the trouble. But did I move the spy already? I think I did. I did. So let's move on. They're really trying to just get so many... they're just trying to flood us with generals. Although, I do like this guy. 2 tradition. He's got a lot more tradition, and he's got a lot of loyalty. The only thing he's missing out is command, but he is young, and he is also a skilled bureaucrat. And I think especially that +2 to law could be really, really useful in negating any, corruption. And wait, I didn't even read that. What was that? Send emissary. Oh, well, I was already going to do that to have a chat with our stunted friends. So Glorfindel come back here, and suddenly we've got a lot of guys hanging out there. Are we moving these guys out? No, I don't think we are. I think what we've got here is probably enough. What is the fastest... Oh, we can't... Well, next turn we'll move out. Although I suppose there's no reason we can't do that now. This is probably the fastest way over there. So we'll move out to there, and then we'll get there. So that's 1, 2, 3 turns from now. We'll be able to besiege them, and Glorfindel will come along with us. But Finrod, I think we'll just leave him in there. He's not a very good... I did notice he had a trait there for +1 and rest, which isn't obviously very good. Mithlond. We got... there's no point getting any further, or in fact... well, that irrigation costs a lot of money. I think we're going to go for the leather tanner now. Just so... because this is one of our key regions. And certainly out here... certainly out here in the west of our realm, this is probably going to be our key recruitment hub. So I'm going to get the smith built up. Here we are. Now we can only get 2 tiers of it, but that blacksmith does buff a lot of our early units. So it's worth getting that, and it's very cheap. And we can get stables built elsewhere too. Now what else was built? Lunalife, you got... some farming. Now, how much does grain exchange actually buff? Not very much at all to trade. So how about we just get farming once again? Let's get that population growth going. All right, let's get growing. And how is Gil-Galad then doing down here? We don't need to bother ourselves with any watchtowers. We've already built one there. So let's just come out.
With honor.
Oh. Well, we have been ambushed here. By bandits. Okay, well, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. They do have 2 units of huntsmen, javelinmen, again, but we outrange them, obviously, with our archers. But we have no cavalry this time, and which could be a bit of a pain to catch them. And this is obviously an ambush, so we can't set up.
Attack!
Well, here we are then. Let's have a look at how badly this could turn out. Let's just pause. We're not playing, legendary difficulty Total War. So let's have a look at what they've got. So here they have all their missile units. So I think this actually has turned out quite nicely. Let's just take you guys off fire at will skirmish as well. And I don't know if I just want to line you guys up just here. Like so, and then we can get our Lindor infantry right front and center, along with Gil-Galad. How far do you have to run? Oh, you don't have to run too far. And we can use our javelins as a bit of backup, perhaps, on this side. And off we go. Well, they are obviously coming straight at us with their javelins. Now, let's quickly shoot them now that we've got no one in our way. And we don't want to take any damage, ideally, to our missile units, because they are like our best killers. So shoot at what you can, and to be honest, if they want to run away, that's fine, because we have an abundance of arrows. And by the way, how cool, I understand these are like our militia, but they look so cool. And these Sindar bowmen as well, oh, they just look amazing. And it's just fantastic to know what else is in store. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong thing, but not to worry. Now, I would charge Gil-Galad into there, but obviously, if they fire at him with his back turned, he will take a lot of damage. So we're just gonna, shoot all of these huntsmen. They're already down to 64. Well, let's just switch up our target onto the other huntsmen, because they are kind of charging in now. So I think we're safe to go in on these bandits, and Gil-Galad will absolutely annihilate them. Lindor archers, we just don't want to get hit, because we will get absolutely annihilated, I'm sure, with no armor. Let's have a look at these stats again on these Lindor archers. They've got 1 armor, absolutely no parry or shield, so they've got a 6 missile attack on those huntsmen, so it's definitely worth to avoid that if we can. Let's use Power of the Eldar, improving our compact effectiveness. I think that's only one use that we get. Now they are firing a few shots on us there, but there's not many of them left, so I don't think it's much of a cause for concern. Nice shots over the heads of our men. I think basically all we need to do is wait for the general to die. But let's have a look at these fellas in action. Look how good that armor looks. It just looks fantastic. I really, really like that. Obviously, it is a bit of a reskinned version of the one that Third Age has of like the Elder Rinway. But if I'm not mistaken, the modeler for this mod is the same as it was for Third Age. What's his name? Louis Lux. He might have changed his name. But Louis Lux obviously did all of the Noldor units or Elder Rinway for Third Age Total War, and he has done for DCI as well. Now, whilst I was talking, we did actually win the battle. 90% down, we don't need to bother chasing them anymore. And Sindar Bowman 184, Lindor Archers 128. Down they go. I wasn't really looking at what the casualties looked like, really. But looking at it here, we obviously retained all of our archers, which is the main thing. And we've got a lot of Lindai infantry. Okay, and in here then, we've got Britta. He's just peasant axeman, okay. And huntsman. And we'll see those hunters here in action again. I don't think we've faced them before. So we'll see. We'll probably take a lot of losses. Now down here, Erun Vaughan is undefended. Chance of success only 10%. Let's not do that. But they have just left Ulrad. They have just left Ulrad in there. I did a bit of a cut because one of our dogs was barking. But they've got these forces here. They've got some war chances. 4 attacks, 19 total defense. They're clearly just a support unit to chant, to inspire units. Very nice unit indeed. Sorry, by the way, if I'm just looking at all these. Everything's so new. So it's really nice just to see all this for the first time. And I hope it's interesting for you too. But do let me know if you think I just waffle and talk too much. Because I definitely do that. And Cirdan, as I said, of Mythblond, he's going to Mythblond. And he's going to boost the garrison there. But I think that's everything for this turn as well, isn't it? No. Do not dare press the end turn. Let's pop a watchtower there. I don't want to go too far and get him killed. It's not providing a whole lot of sight range. I'll tell you what, we'll build another one over here. Because we don't want to get caught out by any rebels or any armies. Because the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, I highly doubt that they like us. Alright, well, make sure we do this immediately so I don't forget. Or shall we pop the watchtower? We could put one there. I don't know how good it would be, though, because it would obviously be obscured somewhat by these mountains. So if you put it there, you couldn't see what was, like, here. So let's put it there. We don't want to completely put it into the trees, because then that would negate the ambush possibilities that we could get from there. And oh dear, there's some devastation there now. Or is that devastation, or is that just a hill? It could just be the same texture there, because that is clearly devastation, and that they are definitely trolls in there. I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure, but I would definitely assume that. Here then in Forlond Northern Haven, we've got kind of everything that we need for now. But how about a stables? Because if we get a stables, we can get Eldar horse archers, which I think they're the same as what Gildor comes with. 6, 5, 11. Let's just check. 6, 5, 11. Okay, so they look very similar, but he is clearly a little bit better indeed. So let's just join Glorfindel together, and then there's devastation here. Okay, there's a high probability that we're going to get ambushed here. So let's just walk slowly.
With honor.
And let's see what we find in the woods. Obviously, we can always retreat unless they catch us. I don't know if they've caught us here. It looks like they have ambushed us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have. You were taken completely by surprise. Oh dear. What do they have? Oh, they've got nothing. Bandits. Oh, this will be an easy win.
We attack.
Well, it's the same battle map once again, and this time though we have Glorfindel. He is an absolutely absurdly overpowered general, and to be honest, so is a mounted archer in Gildor as well is very good as well. So I tell you what, now you can shoot what you can. We've drawn up a bit of a line here with our Lindon longspearmen and Lindar infantry. We've put our Javi boys on the side so they can throw over the into the flank of the enemy once we engage them here. If we engage them here, I'll tell you what, let's just shoot, or just shoot what you can. I think we can kind of take all these out with our cavalry, really. And might as well just keep skirmish on over there. Immediately, though, we're going to come in with a charge. There's 138. How many go down? This is quite the hammer and oh my word, look at that. Don't get trapped, though. They just took out like half the unit there. And a bit of a cause of concern are these huntsmen, actually. And Gildor seems to be okay. But we don't want them to actually, kill too many of us. So our archers seem to be doing a decent job. Which ones are they shooting at? They're shooting at those. So Gildor, if you'd like to just take those. Oh, there's. Oh no, never mind. Oh, they're routing over there. That's fine as long as they don't come back. Oh, we've already got routing over here. So these huntsmen are running. Very peculiar. I wonder if these guys are going to come back. Oh, they are. Linda or Longspearmen, come over here. We don't want to get caught with our archers' pants down. Ideally. They are wavering, though. I think we're okay. Just go back. And men charge at those. And our javelins can probably come back now. They don't need to chase them off. Gildor's got this in the bag. And they're only going to take friendly fire, really. And anything else? Oh, yeah. they immediately ran away. Okay. Brilliant stuff. We still haven't killed off their general, though. Oh, well, I say we still haven't killed off the general, but there he goes. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. And how many we killed? We've killed 73%. We'll run them down from here. An easy victory, really. And 39 elves were lost, sadly, but it was mainly in the Lindar infantrymen, our trash, so not to worry. And down they go, clearing the path. Oh, the man of the hour. Obviously, we're going to accept him.
Yes, my lord.
I didn't even know that he wasn't part of... I mean, obviously, he wasn't part of our family tree. He's not related. Although, he might be actually related, because he was, like, the head of the House of the Golden Flower. So he was like a prince of some sorts of Gondolin. So there's a high chance that he is somewhat related to our king and Elrond and whatnot. Forlond got the vineyard. I think I already looked at this. Communal farming there as well. We don't really need to get anything else there. And now Cirdan moves into his home. Now I would actually march him out just to see what the difference is, but I think he does provide a decent amount of population growth, like 0.5%, and that 0.5% on 8,000 is very handy. Now in terms of we're not doing too badly in the overall lookout. Usually at this point, when I'm playing, we're doing a lot worse because of the bonuses that the AI get. But let's assault this garrison over here of Alimir, and Britta as the hunters, which again we do need to watch out for. Attack! The enemy is hiding out in the plaza as they normally would, and we're going to pop our Lindar infantry kind of there, and then hopefully, I don't know quite how good the range is on these fellas, but we're going to give it a test. And on this side we've got Gil-Galad, because these guys are probably going to end up going into the town square, and we're going to just shoot. And it's highly unlikely that they're just going to stay here, but these hunters look very similar to, again, clearly the medieval Total War, or medieval 2 Total War assets were largely used for the rebels, which is completely understandable because why put effort into a non-playable faction? We'll have the Lindar infantry over here, ready to receive any sally out, and then we'll also have our javelin men ready to throw as well. They are definitely coming towards us, so I'm moving out. Oh no, they're just waiting there. No, I think they are coming towards us. And we've got the javelins in support over here, so it's nothing really to worry. I am a little worried though that our shots don't seem to be very good. I mean, the terrain isn't very good, but I don't want to get too close because then they can shoot at us as well. So let's move you guys over there so you're not doing those awful arcing shots. And but the shots from over there seem to be pretty useful, certainly. Nice. Let's get our Eldar mariners involved, and with their funny little helmets. Oh, they do make me laugh. But they do look like they've been sailing the seas. They look very thematic. I do like it. We have slightly improved shots here, but I don't think we need maximum capabilities. In fact, I think I can just send Gil-Galad in now, and he can kind of engage what is left over here, so they can't at least shoot at us over here. But this infantry here is going to definitely get dealt with very speedily. Even though they are armor piercing, they just don't have much of an attack. The enemy general goes down, but they can't run obviously when they're in the plaza. And let's get, they're sending out some huntsmen against Gil-Galad. They're going to get absolutely destroyed. And these men here, they're routing. I think, shall we just send them in? I think we can just send them in. These hunters aren't going to be very good at all in melee, so we may as well. And now I think is a good point to not allow our archers to shoot anymore, as we just mop up the rest. It's a done deal. Already 87% of them are down. There is no way back for them. It is just a formality.
This is a clear victory.
Another settlement falls to us and the High King. 24 men did go down, but the Lindar archers with 213 kills. They obviously had the much better angle of attack.
My lord, our courage and honour have conquered.
It is only a village, but it's still useful, I guess. I mean, it's no one's homeland. But special units, Erenborn, under siege in Erenborn. I don't know if that means that do the men of Enedwaith, do they get homeland regions? Let's have a look here. So yeah, this isn't one. Perhaps their homeland regions are down here, but we can't really see. Well, let's have a look at what we've inherited then. Very small population. Is it the same? Actually, it isn't as bad as Woody End, so there is that. But let's get land clearance immediately. We have just the funds for that, and Arveldir comes. Ooh, that's nice. They've obviously got the Numenorean steel bow, which is armor piercing, and I forgot that we got this fella over here. He doesn't seem to be all that useful to us there. Perhaps if you just go and build a tower over here by this ford.
This tower will keep vigil over the
and
lands.
maybe another one over. Well, actually, no. The Numenorean Kingdoms aren't a threat to us. It's only Enedwaith over here that we're going to have to ourselves with. But let's go and have a chat. Can we have a chat with the dwarves? No, next turn. Okay.
Tomorrow's journey planned out. Your order.
And Elrond's already on his way back, and we've almost built up that barracks over there. So we can soon muster a great force there. And, alright, let's get on to the next turn. Glorfindel gets a bride. Congratulations, man. The reason I say man is because I was about to say young man, but he is very much, very not young. He's very old. Wildmen don't like us. Wait, who else was that? Was that the Hillmen of the North? I should really pay more attention. And Harad had become the wealthiest peoples in the world. And let's have a look here then. Oh, clearly Cirdan reduces building costs of things. Let's get the blacksmith there immediately. And then that's kind of us maxed out on that until about the 40th turn or something.
Yes,
But
my
let's
lord.
carry on to Uyal. I
As you
don't think there's
command.
any issues around here other than that. And to be
Your
honest,
orders,
we'll
my lord.
easily take that. We only have the one archer, but it'll be more than enough.
Your
But let's
orders.
go and have a chat
What is
with
it you
our
wish to talk
buddies over here. Now, they're very, very poor. That's sad to see. Power supreme. But they are enemies of the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, Ruin Confederacy, and the Hillmen of the North. But of course, these guys can join the Tolakan, I think. So, certainly getting into alliance with them would be beneficial there. But I do wonder, if we enter an alliance with them, would that stoke the Hillmen of the North to attack us? And if we're going to attack Enid Wythe, and then get attacked by the Orcs of the Misty Mountains and the Hillmen as well, then that could be very, very problematic. So how would you like... Oh, trade rights and map information. Obviously, they'll take the alliance later, perhaps. But how about you then just pay me some money? Like, I'm thinking 200... Oh, no. I want regular tribute, because you're so poor that that I want to make sure that I get that money. So 200 for 4 turns, that's like, 800. Oh, what the hell, that's fine. By me. Another thing would be good would be to get military access. Happily accepted. Oh, well. I
Yes,
suppose
my
that
lord.
improves our relations somewhat. And they do actually own Western Forad Wythe over here. So they already border the Hillmen. So perhaps if they're at war together, then the Hillmen won't attack us. But then that does still
Yes, my
leave the
lord.
Orcs of the Misty Mountains. But what are you going to do? Everyone's
orders,
just
my
going to
lord.
hate us, I guess. So you,
Yes.
young man,
You
you
can
come
go
down
no
here.
further, my
And
lord.
perhaps we'll attach you to an army over here. But if we're going to attack Enid Wythe, we will need a greater army. So let's have a look at what we can get. We can get Sindar swordsmen, which are certainly good. But
Yes, my lord.
let's bring Elrond back over here.
Honor.
He doesn't
Taking
need to be
camp
building
here.
any more towers, I think, for now. The reason I'm having a look here is because I want to make sure that we've got enough money then to build up the next tier. And I'm wondering, perhaps, is it a good idea to attack? Is it a good idea to attack Enid Wythe? I don't know what the regions are over here. Is there...
Approaching.
Okay, so they've only got 2 regions here. Because this is all owned by our allies. So, and then Londar is also owned by the Numenoreans. So we take these 2, then we're completely cut off, essentially, from Enid Wythe, apart from here. So it is quite a safe acquisition. So I think we are okay to go for it. So let's get some heavy infantry going in on it. They've only got 3 regions, or 3 men there. I think we're largely covered for archers. We've got 2 units there, but another one can't go wrong, I guess. So if we take that one, then we can just supplement it with another. So we'll bring you over,
As you wish.
then we'll have you
You can go no
as
further
well.
today.
And then I think if we just clog in a bunch of Lindar infantry as well, just trash amongst archers, I think that could be quite enough. Although perhaps one decent unit of infantry, that would be good. And then we can just get Lindar infantry from even our tiny settlements out here. So I think that is the way to do it. Town, you actually only get 1 free unit of upkeep, so let's just keep you out there for now. So I think if we just swarm them with enough units, then we don't have to pay them. We can easily just disband them if we don't need them. So moving on then, next turn we get to
Your
attack
orders, my
Uyar.
lord.
Yeah. A new mission! Oh, that is really good timing. 1,500 gold coins to take Uyar, and as you can see,
To our territories.
the Numenoreans have come to also get it. But let's have a look at their unit. 1019, that's pretty nice. But of course we have 1022. So we are good, but we're not that good. Really. It's interesting just to see what the balance is like in this mod. Of course, this is a beta. So you guys also can go out and play this, test it, and see what you think. Give feedback on what you like, what you dislike. Do you think the elves aren't good enough?
Yes,
I mean, it's hard to say for me right now, but of course you'd expect certain factions to be better than others. And since we have costly and limited recruitment capabilities from what it says on the home screen, then should our units also be better because you get less of them? Or is that meant to be part of the difficulty of the game? And, you know, these things like that. And also, if you have any issues with downloading this mod, then put it down in the comments and I can direct you to some information or provide some tips on how I did it. I'm sure there's someone that's already done a video on how to do it, but if you have any issues, then let us know and then perhaps we can help you out. But look here, we now have access to the barracks already, but let's look at these units. Noldor Spearmen, 13 attack, 31 total defense, okay, pretty decent, but then the Noldor Swordsman, 16 attack, 24, that's a massive jump from even the Sindar Swordsman at 1022. Well, it's not really that massive. I mean, at least in the attack value it is. But you do pay for the privilege. Like, oh lord, do you pay for the privilege? That is a lot of money. But let's get the blacksmith. Let's get that online. So then at least this is going to be probably our best recruitment hub. And I want it to be ready for when we go to war with all these mans around us. And I think Gildor needs to come round and help us. So once he's taken Uyal with Glorfindel, he's going to come and do that with us. Us being Elrond and all the other elves over there. Harlond, then, what can we get you? I don't really want to get irrigation. How much does it actually improve money? By nothing at all. But you do want it to grow. Oh dear, the Merchant's Wharf. I tell you what, maybe the paved roads is the way to go. Or get a town watch. So then we can actually get some Lindai infantry. Yeah, go for that. And it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And up here as well, just get the grain exchange. It isn't going to provide a whole lot. Alimir. Yeah, why not? We can get the town watch here, and we can actually use it to recruit already, because it's already 34% hosts of the West. And I can't help but notice that you can't actually build a culture-inducing building when it is a village. So getting a village without any of your culture is going to be a real detriment to your holding of it, because you can't improve the public order in any way. You just have to wait for it to grow until it reaches town level, and then you can get an artist studio and or whatever the applicable building is for your faction. So let's just put another tower there, just because I like to have sight range, and I'm sure you guys enjoy being able to see what we actually have as well. And then Nostarian, you're going to come over and link up with Gil-Galad. End of turn report. We made some money. Lothlorien have the most though. Intriguing. And is there anything we can't actually? There's no point building just for the sake of building. And we do have a bit of it. We have a lot of armies. Well, we have a couple of armies out in the field. Is there any way we can actually improve our recruitment slots? I just had a look through the building browser, and the only way that you can increase the amount that you can recruit is from the city itself, by the looks of it. So if I just have a flick through again, so the town hall doesn't do that, and yeah, nothing else does. So the only way to do that is by growing your cities. Once again, noting how important it is to grow your regions. So having that population growth is key. So we got to wait for another turn for that, and I think that's probably well, we're really growing the realm quite nicely. Sorry for flicking
Yes, my
or
lord.
panning around the map so much. I'm just making sure that we've got everything under control. So let's have a look over here, and let's have a look at what the Numenoreans are doing. Oh, is that... Oh, that's Elendor. Oh, Elendor. If that is the Elendor, then he is actually the son of Isildur, and was said to be the most like Elendil himself until Aragorn in the Third Age. Sadly, he did die, which was said to be a real blow to the Numenorean Kingdoms, along with the other, 200 or so men that died in the disaster of the Gladden Fields with the Isildur. And the orcs of the Misty Mountains have come. Oh, wow. Well, they are enemies to people that I would like to ally. However, I would like that map information. Oh dear, what should we do? I don't know. I'll tell you what, let's just have trade rights for now. Let's just go for it. But that makes absolutely no sense at all. I can't believe that they came to ask for that from us. But as you can see, we've built, or we've trained a lot of units now over here. And, they've actually got some armor upgrades. I'm just thinking, do we bother waiting? Can you get... So they can't get upgraded, but they can. These guys can't. So the only people that can actually get upgrades are the Lindar. The Lindar archers can get 2 tiers of upgrades, and the Lindar infantry can get 1 from the blacksmith. So I'm not particularly bothered about that, and I think that's more than enough to march out with. So we'll just take all of that. How's our finance looking? Oh, still going okay. Alright, and we're going to march them down here, and they will be our men to take, men to basically conquer this bit of Enedwaith, or this is like Minhiriath over here, at least until, unless the Numenoreans take it, although they've still got Londar to worry about. And indeed, the Numenorean Kingdoms have gone to war with the Hillmen of the North, so...
Yes, my lord.
And they are looking like they're close enough for us to call them into battle. Are they? No, they're not. But nonetheless, we're going to go on in there, and they've just got the 2 units of huntsmen. By the looks of it, they've actually already been assaulted one time, because they've got reduced numbers there. But we're going to go and take it. For the glory of Lindon, we could do a night attack to increase command, but I'd rather see what I'm doing.
Muster your courage, men!
Well, as you can see, this is very similar to what Barad-dûm looked like when we took that, the very first region that we took in this campaign. So all we're going to do is smack down this gate. I should have really... That's not a wrestling reference, by the way, for any of you cultured peoples amongst you. But I should have a look. But they don't have any archers here by the walls, so we're okay. But I do want to shoot over the walls, and as we have long-range missiles, we should be able to do that quite handily. But we may have to take out some of these men that were by the gate, but they've already gone. So again, not too bad, but we can't be shot. Lindar infantry, go on in there, and we'll get the pikes involved as well. The Lindar infantry can get shot, I don't care, by the hunters. That's kind of what they're here to do. So I'm just going to put them there, and then Lindar archers back here, and they're going to be the primary damage dealer in this battle. So they are taking a lot of hits there, but they have really good defense from the front against archer fire, so I'm not overly concerned. We just need to keep these guys safe, and as long as they're safe, then I'm not too fussed. But I'm thinking they look like they're shooting at these. In which case, Glorfindel, you're up. You are up. And actually, let's get the Javies involved as well. And Lindar infantry, just head straight on in there. We can't be fighting like this. This is awful. Well, our pikes have made it to their archers, which is fantastic. Let's put the spear wall formation, and we don't need to enable guard mode. I'm not too fussed about that, but we do need to actually get these guys in the rear. Now our archers don't have an amazing shot, although I think it does look like they can shoot. So just shoot those peasant bowmen, and then Glorfindel is coming around the rear. Gildor's a bit surplus to requirements, really, and is also the reason I think sending him out west east would be a very good idea, because he isn't really... We don't need him over here, as good as he is. I think he's better suited to having his own force out against the orcs. The Lindar infantry, our noble militia, do look very good, although they are probably taking a lot more losses than they should be, really, against the peasant axemen. They're not really suited to fighting infantry, even like armor-piercing infantry, but it's only reducing their armor by 3, so it's not all too bad. I'm just thinking, our archers aren't doing very much at all. So let's throw our javelins, and then I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to charge on in the cavalry. Do you know, also, I thought these were all stood up, but no, they're all the corpses. Look how they've just formed such a nice pattern. I was thinking how else to call it, but they're all dead. And let's get the archers to stop firing, javelins to stop throwing, and throw in the Calaquendi bodyguard. And you know what? Let's use Light of Amon. They're already routing. It is just the peasant axemen over here. Let's just get our Eldar mariners involved, and that will probably send them all packing. In they come, in they come. Here comes the charge. Oh, and they immediately rout, and it's all over. We lost 11%. A lot of them probably the Lindar infantry. Yep, 38. There's such a gulfing class between those and our best, but Lindar archers doing the Lord's work, or Eru's work. Another region falls to us. It's really looking... I just like how blue the map is beginning to look. It's not fast expansion, but that's just how it is as the elves, as I'd imagine. I have no idea. Obviously, I've not played this. I need to stop saying that. But town repair that, and we can get an artist studio, because this is a town, which does make it certainly a lot more useful. And we have a public house here. We can get a spy, or a pub, is what that is more commonly known as. Roads would be good. They don't provide any culture, so we do need to get an artist studio here eventually. I'll tell you what, let's just get that immediately. Let's get that popping. And Glorfindel, before you go, you're going to build me a bunch of towers around this area. Now, that's a little disconcerting, but we're not at war with them. How far does this region go? Wow, that goes... this is a massive region. But, of course, the dwarves hold Western Forred White, which goes all the way up here. And they'll probably be going back and forth with the Hillmen of the North. But then the Hillmen of the North also are at war with the Numenorean Kingdoms. So they're probably going to have their hands full, so they're not going to bother us too much. At least that allows us to take control of the war down here in the south, and then in the east. So Gildor, you're going to take that, and then you're going to march over here. It's not that far, is it? And by that time, hopefully, we'll have the infrastructure to support all of our great armies. But I'll tell you what, let's just give it another turn. Is there anything else we need to build? We've got a lot of money. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. Do you think I'm being overly cautious? Let me know. Because, well, that's just how it... Well, we may as well fill out this garrison over here. So let's get Eldar Mariners and Sindar Swordsmen. Can we get... we can't really get any... 2 more turns till we get the stables over there. That would be very useful. Let's get the Lindar Archers over there, and then end turn. Ennard Wyth have a sizable force here. I'm just making sure that they do not take Londair, because I feel like if they take that, I believe the Numenoreans hold Tharbad over here, but nothing else really here. As you can see, Dunland Hills owned by Enedwaith. So most of their territory is here. But if this were to fall, then that would obviously provide a bit of an avenue from here, like Agar and whatever this region is here that I can't quite see. So we take these, and then we've got a bit of a buffer. But anyway, construction report, Mithlond got its blacksmith. Oh, it can get an armourer. How's that possible? Barracks. I thought that was... Hold on a second. Barracks. Yeah, we've got barracks here, but is that special to Mithlond? Oh, no. Okay, so we... Oh, no, it is. Is it? No. No, so barracks can be constructed everywhere. So what is the restricted bit? Is that things like army barracks then? It does look like it. And I think, well, I don't know, at a post-barracks event, then you get access to an army barracks, perhaps? Or does the barracks become basically what the keep barracks is? So you get these units immediately added to this building here, and then you don't need to build another tier. You just get access to it immediately, which actually is a very nice way of doing it, really. But we can get the armourer here, so it does cost a bit. But I think perhaps getting archery range so we can get those Sindar's bowmen would be a good idea. Or no, yeah, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll get them both eventually. And Lunalight got that. Would it benefit from Town Watch? Yeah, why not? We have the money. Uyal is still going. The Hillmen of the North, I don't think they moved.
Yes,
Did they move? I don't think they did. Yes. Someone tell me if they moved. So we'll get another tower just there. And just
will keep vigil over the lands.
If they keep moving a lot of forces in here, we will be forced to attack them. But not just yet. These units still coming down, and Nostarian. Perhaps maybe you could build a tower over here while we wait for that force to come. Looking at these two regions, of course, this is a village, so it's not massively useful. 24% hosts of the West means that we won't be able to recruit anything there, and we can't build our artist studio there. But this, Erenborn being a large town, would be very useful. I don't think we have many large towns, do we? Most of them are only towns, but... Forlond is a large town. But that would provide us a port down here as well, which is very useful. Thing that I have noticed is that you can't sail up the Gwathlo, which is a bit of a shame, because that would provide really good troop movement along here. But, yeah, I understand why. Let's have a look down here. So, Druaith Iar. Oh, I thought that icon meant that it was held by the Numenoreans, but it isn't. This is a rebel region, but I don't know where the town is. It's probably somewhere around here. It might be a very large region. Druaith Iar is kind of like what all this is. But Numenoreans do hold the Cape of Andrast, which is probably somewhere down here. But then with this precariously loaded turn, this is where I leave you. So Uyal, will the Hillmen of the North attack us? And will Gildor be okay? I think he will be okay. But after he's built a few more towers over here, I'm going to relinquish the west of him. And he's going to come down to Imladris next time. Perhaps he'll make it in that video. And then we can build a force here. And do we attack the Hillmen first? Or do we take out the Orcs of the Misty Mountains? And also we will see the attack on Erunborn and Gobel Minhiriath with the army over here. I very much hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I absolutely am. It's only 17 turns in, but I'm absolutely loving this mod. And once the Tolakan feature comes in, it's going to get very, very cool. So let me know how you liked it in the comments section. Let's have a bit of a chat. Subscribe if you want to. Make sure that you keep on seeing these videos and like it if you liked it. But I'm going to have a good day.